A match where the outcome could be that one man dies? Fucking count me in for that. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this, another episode of your favourite series. It's 10 years ago, and tonight we're going to be looking at the Great American Bash 2004. Now, I said on my last video, not my Bad Blood 2004 review, I said that in July you'd be getting 2 episodes of 10 years ago. Well, you can probably imagine how annoyed I was when a loyal subscriber pointed out in the comments that I was wrong. It was actually June that there was 2 pay-per-views. I thought this pay-per-view was at the very beginning of July, and then Vengeance was in the middle of July. No, it's 2 in June. So here you are, you lucky people. After 4 years away, the Great American Bash returns. Now, as I say, 2 pay-per-views in 1 month. What the fuck's that? This was an experiment that the WWE did, and you can kind of see why they did it, because you've got X amount of well, we're marks, aren't we? There's X amount of marks who will buy every single pay-per-view without fail. There's this base limit of people who will definitely buy the show. So what they thought is that, how about we put 2 pay-per-views on in 1 month and see if those people will buy both. You know, it's an experiment. If they don't, we haven't lost out. But if they do, potentially, because we've got these 2 brands, we could start putting on 2 pay-per-views a month, potentially. It must have worked a little bit, because later on in the year, we're going to get Taboo Tuesday, aren't we, added into the schedule. So, you know, who can say? It's one of those things. It's yay, I suppose. I wouldn't buy. Would you buy 2 pay-per-views a month? I mean, maybe one of the things they were thinking is that there's a lot of wrestling fans who used to watch WCW and the WWF in the middle of the Monday Night Wars, so they obviously had the disposable income to be able to afford 2 pay-per-views a month. But of course, pay-per-views are more expensive now, and the product isn't exactly making you want to buy it, is it? Anyway, it's June the 27th, 2004. We are live at the Norfolk Scope, home of WCW Wrestling in Norfolk, Virginia. And as I said on my Great American Bash 1998 review, many wrestling shows have happened here. On Heat, Spike Dudley defeated Jamie Noble after an acid drop, which is nice. So, let's go on with this one. So John Cena defeating Rob Van Dam, Booker T and Rene Dupree in a fatal 4-way elimination match. They say it's a fatal 4-way. Isn't a fatal 4-way a first pinfall? I'm getting confused here already. Fatal 4-way, first pinfall. 4-way elimination match, not first pinfall. Is that correct? Is that right? Because this is an elimination match. It's not first pinfall win. So I don't know. I get confused all the time. Cena faced all 3 men on SmackDown in one-on-one matches. The winner, whoever beat Cena, got the title shot. So in classic logical booking, Cena beat them all. So they all get the title shot. So it's one of those, that's weird. Annoyingly, Dupree looks alright in the early going, but they wrestle in silence as no one cares about Dupree. No one cares about his fucking dance. No one cares about his fucking dog, do they really? Let's be honest. Nothing of note at all until RVD hits a 5-star on Booker, but Cena rolls him up to eliminate him, leaving 2 heels versus 1 face, so you know that Cena's winning straight away, don't you? Heels attack until heel miscommunication allows Cena to eat all kinds of ass, including a shite neckbreaker. To kick all kinds of ass. I said eat then, didn't I? To kick. Heel miscommunication allows Cena to kick all kinds of ass, including a shite-looking neckbreaker and the FU to Rene. He hits a scissor kick from Booker, but only gets 2, so Booker pins Rene. Why not? Booker is a heel, so naturally a chin lock follows, and Cena escapes, hits the sidewalk slam, 5-knuckle shuffle. Booker with a crap-looking victory roll. He wants to get that kick, but walks into an FU. I get this. 15 minutes, 52 seconds. And that's retained the championship. It had decent length, we'll give it that one, but the crowd weren't into it in the slightest. And there was nothing of note in this match whatsoever. So everyone wins. Yay. In the back, John Cena flirts with Miss Jackie, which is nice. Then Charlie Haas gets berated by Kurt Angle and put into a match with Luther Reigns. Right now. Then Sable is in a hot tub. She wants to talk. She's interviewing people throughout the night, apparently. Or the diva's going to be interviewing people in this hot tub. And she wants to interview the hottest diva. So naturally, she's talking to herself. Hooray. Next, Luther Reigns defeating Charlie Haas in a squash match. Can probably imagine how this one goes, can't you? Because Luther Reigns is big, and he looks big, and he has no charisma whatsoever. He looks impressive with the moves that he does. This is a squash match. Haas gets some offense in, he gets German suplex in, for example, but he doesn't go anywhere at all. This is a waste, an utter waste of someone like Charlie Haas. The Reign of Terror gets the win. There's a commenter, subscriber of mine, Endowo Wolfpack. He's always saying that size matters, and this is one of those times where you look at it and go, yeah, you're fully right. Charlie Haas could wrestle rings around the majority of the roster, but he doesn't look like Luther Reigns. If you look like Luther Reigns, you will get pushed. It's that simple. JBL cuts a promo about his bull rope match tonight. He says that Eddie is still champion because he got himself disqualified at Judgment Day. No disqualifications tonight, Eddie. And he'll be the new champion. Speaking of JBL, I take it you've all heard the story that around this time, a couple of weeks before this, they were on a European tour in Germany. He thought it'd be hilarious to do some goose stepping around the ring. That's always going to get you into shit, isn't it? The goose step in Germany is legal if it's done for political purposes. If it's entertainment, so you can go goose step if it's on a film, for example, or you want. So it's one of those things where the media kicked off about it. Bradshaw had like a talk show or something, or a radio show about money on some station in America, and he lost that instantly. He put out a statement though where I kind of see where he comes from, because he puts, "I'm a bad guy" on TV. "I'm supposed to incite the crowd. I've done it for decades. I really don't think anything of the Nazi salute. I know how bad it is, as I've lived in Germany. I've been to Dachau, seen those places where they exterminated millions of Jews. I draw a line between me and my character. That's like saying Anthony Hopkins really enjoys cannibalism," which is a fucking superb point. It's one of those things, I understand you've got to get heat. I get that. You're a heel. You want to get heat. But come on, have a think before you do something like that. Will this make them want to see me lose, or will this make them legitimately pissed off? If it's going to make them legitimately pissed off, don't do it. Nice and simple. Rey Mysterio defeating Chavo Guerrero, match of the night, to retain the Cruiserweight Championship. You'll like this one. You may remember last month at Judgment Day, or last time out at Judgment Day, Chavo Guerrero beat Jacqueline to win the Cruiserweight Championship. Well, 4 days later on SmackDown, Chavo lost his newly won Cruiserweight Championship to his own father in a three-way match after Chavo pinned Spike Dudley. He had the title for nearly a month before losing it to Rey. And he must have absolutely hated being the champion, because he no-showed a couple of WWE house shows and got fired. Hey, there we go. Some people want the Cruiserweight Championship back. I can't believe that they do. When shit like this happens, woman wins it, guy wins it, and then his own father beats his son in a fluke match by not pinning his... Oh, it's stupid. Anyway, you know I'm going to enjoy this one, because Chavo works the arm until Rey comes back with he works the arm, to be honest. Rey goes for a springboard moonsault that Chavo catches. Rey turns it into an arm drag for 2. Rey stays on the arm, 2 silence. You can feel the crowd going, just do some goddamn flips, you know? Chavo sells the arm nicely after he hits a springboard dropkick, which puts Rey on the outside. He landed hard on his left knee, did Rey, as he goes down, so Chavo shows what a damn good heel he is by instantly focusing everything on the knee. Everything. In a nice moment, Chavo goes to jump on the knee, but Rey is able to kick him into the outside. He sort of grabs onto the... he jumps in the air to jump onto the knee, and while he's in the air, Rey sort of kicks him. So he goes to the outside. Chavo is knocked to the outside. That's a great little moment. I probably don't do it justice there, trust me. Crowd don't care too much as Rey's leg is wrapped around the ring post. Chavo follows with a single leg crab, which brings the crowd noise up. Gutted. Getting behind, Rey, who escapes and hits a nice bulldog. Chavo wants another submission move. Rey says absolutely not. So Chavo kicks him in the knee a few times, because he can. Why not? And then he puts him in the corner and kicks the knee. Rey gets a Rana, but when he springboards off the ropes, he lands hard on his knee. Ah, it's great. And Chavo, quick as you like, heely bastard, kicks the knee. Fantastic, I really like that. He puts Rey in a tree of row, misses a charge and goes arm first into the ring post, which I love, because if you remember, Rey was working the arm earlier on. Hooray! Rey hits a body press to the floor, selling the knee nicely when he gets up. In the ring, up top, Chavo touches a suplex to the floor, but they essentially hit facebusters on each other off the top. That leads to a double KO spot that gets a 8. Crossbody and a Russian leg sweep get 2 for Rey, as does a seated senton. Chavo gets 2 off a gory bomb. Rey tries for Rana, but it's countered back to a single leg crab. And the crowd are really into this match now all of a sudden. They've spotted that Rey Mysterio has had his knee worked the entire match. So when Chavo counters and into the Boston leg crab, you go, ah, the single leg crab. So you go, ah, look, it's good, it works. Chavo taunts the crowd. He wants to another gory bomb. Rey counters into a sunset flip, which gets the win. I get this. This is massive. 19 minutes and 40 seconds. A superb match. One of my favourite matches of the year is what I'll say. Full of lovely storytelling. Not as many flips as you would expect in a cruiserweight match, but of course this is the WWE where cruiserweight matches are no different to any other match, are they not? And to someone like me who will always take storytelling and selling and shit like that over spots, this was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. If you want to give it any higher, I don't think I probably could, because the crowd just weren't into most of the match. But that's honestly, if you want to go 4.5, I wouldn't object, is what I'll say. Anything like that. Also, because this match went 19 minutes, it's actually longer than the next 3 matches put together. How do you like that? In the back, Torrie Wilson is now in the hot tub, and she's got Spike Dudley Funaki, and of course her husband, although it wasn't acknowledged as a husband, Billy Kidman, in the tub with her, and they're talking about the Cruiserweight Championship match and what would have happened if they had been in there. Torrie Wilson stands up, Funaki, oh, you know, God bless America. Yeah, well done, that was good. So then Kenzo Suzuki defeating Billy Gunn in a rubbish match. Who the fuck is Kenzo Suzuki, I hear you ask? Well, we saw Kenzo Suzuki in a brief little promo last month. He is a former New Japan Pro Wrestling Rookie of the Year, so he must be alright, mustn't he? He has his real-life Hiroko with him and is carried to the ring by people. He's decked out in classic Japanese clothing. Hiroko, his wife, as I say, had thrown salt in Billy Gunn's eyes during a match on Smackdown recently to start this one up. Fuck's sake, Billy Gunn comes out to his ass man music. It says on my notes, in capitals, I'm an ass man, Jesus Christ, go away. Apparently, according to Cole, right, take this, this is some classic Michael Cole here. According to Michael Cole, Billy Gunn is a big match guy. I don't know what he means by that. He's also, in a classic Michael Coleism, he says that Suzuki never takes his eyes off his opponent, and at the exact moment that he says the word opponent, Suzuki looked away. It's like, shut up, Cole, you're a fucking idiot. I'm telling you about these things because this match isn't very long and isn't very good and plays out to silence. Suzuki shows what a dastardly heel he is by putting on a nerve hold of discomfort on the right shoulder, which Billy Gunn, of course, has got to sell. You're doing, right, imagine this is my shoulder, you're doing this. Ooh. Stupid. Great way to get the crowd involved, you'll notice, a nerve holder on you. Crowd chant USA, so Gunn fights back. So that's something, I suppose. I like his tilt-a-whirl slam. Hiroko distracts the referee. Suzuki can go low and hit a neckbreaker, which gets the win. Apparently, according to my friend Phil, Suzuki is quite decent in New Japan Pro Wrestling these days. After this match, I find this very hard to believe, Phil. In some place, Paul Bearer is tied up by Paul Heyman. Everyone thinks that he's bluffing Heyman. Everyone thinks Heyman is bluffing about the Concrete Crypt match and what he's prepared to do, but trust me, he's gonna do it. Sable defeating Torrie Wilson in a truly horrible match, as Sable is jealous of Torrie. That's why this is happening. Nice and simple. You know, why not? Anyway, long cross-arm sleeper by Sable as the commentators make jokes amongst themselves. Match goes 6 minutes. It's easily 4 minutes too long. Sable wins with a roll-up where Torrie's entire right shoulder, not just a little bit of it, the entire thing is off the mat. And it looks so stupid. It looks so fucking daft. Rubbish of the highest order. Okay. Next, Undertaker is here, and he's in the bowels of the building. What to do? Then we see the cement mixer and its giant comedy lever, which we'll talk about shortly. And then Dawn Marie talks to Rene Dupree about the four-way earlier on. He doesn't want to talk about the four-way. He wants to flirt with her. He asks if would you like to see my French tickler? And he does his stupid fucking dance. But then Nunzio busts up and says, you know, ignore him. Do you want to see my 15 inches? And basically he spends about 2 minutes trying to get through to Dawn that when he's talking about his 15 inches, he's talking about his feet. And you know what they say about men with big feet. And it takes her ages. It's like, you know, when she was a dumbass when she was in ECW, it's like that. It takes her forever to click. And she leaves with Nunzio, and there's much rejoicing. I tell you something, alright, he's not used on the pay-per-view, but surely this has got to be an easy night's work for Nunzio. Think about it, alright, he had to drive to the arena, but he's in his gear, he doesn't have to take any bumps, and he gets paid his pay-per-view bonus for being on the pay-per-view for 2 minutes, doing nothing. Easy money if you can earn it, isn't it? Mordecai defeating Hardcore Holly. Mordecai, some more Mordecai. These two brawled on Smackdown last week, so that's a good enough reason, isn't it? We need someone to go out there and make Mordecai look like $1,000,000. Who shall we use? Hardcore Holly? Fuck it, why not? It's like with Kenzo Suzuki earlier on. Right, we've got this guy, he's made his debut. We need someone to go out there and make this guy look like $1,000,000. Who shall we use? And someone's gone, oh, it's either someone's gone, Joe, Billy would be perfect for that. Or Billy Gunn's like, I'll do it, I'll do it, I'll do it. And you go, yeah, you watch the match afterwards and goes, but you did nothing to make him look good. Same thing, same principle here. We need someone to make Mordecai look like $1,000,000. Scotty did it last month, we need to do it this month, right? What can we do? Hardcore Holly's like, oh, fuck it, I'll do it. Or, as someone said, you know what you should do? You should get Hardcore Holly to do it. Oh, shit, me. Michael Cole fears puberty sign in the crowd, makes me laugh. Oh, Jesus Christ. Mordecai starts off with a fucking nerve hold. The exact same move as before. Wait to kill out the crowd. Crowd are utterly silent. There are two good things in this match, right? There's a nice set-out spine buster by Mordecai and his crucifix bomb that he wins with, neither of which to stop this one being a dud match. Cole asks who is next for Mordecai, or what is next for Mordecai. The answer, unfortunately, is nothing. Mordecai will be gone by SummerSlam. We will not see him again for a long time when he comes back as Kevin Thorne. Decent idea for a gimmick, just the guy behind it just wasn't very good. We get a SummerSlam advert, which is really weird because there's another pay-per-view before that. Vengeance is in July. We've got to have that one first, shall we? No, it's SummerSlam, fuck it. JBL defeating Eddie Guerrero in an okay bull rope match to win the WWE Championship. So, title match in the semi-main shocker, obviously, of course. There's actually some decent booking here, if you think about it, because, you know, face retained his championship via disqualification. Heel complains about this fact, well, you won, but you won by disqualification. Heel gets his rematch. And in this case, General Manager Kurt Angle has said that JBL can pick the stipulation, and JBL has gone with his speciality match, which, as we all know from his days with the APA, was a bull rope match. He may have had bull rope matches back in the day when he was Hawk Bradshaw or whatever, but I can't recall any bull rope matches that Bradshaw's had recently. Can you? I'm probably got lots of comments now below saying how many bull rope matches he's had. Eddie hand-picked JBL to be the guy who dropped the championship to. Eddie put himself under, who was a guy who put himself under massive pressure, as it always was, very self-critical of, you know, of himself. What a stupid thing to say, I went to say then. He believed that because the ratings were down, because the house show draws were down, all that jazz, that it was his fault because he was the champion. That old school mentality, that champion draws the house, you know? So he said, I can't do this anymore. I can't do it. I want someone else. I want someone to take the belt off me. And when I'm better prepared, we'll do this. We'll try this again. So he did, and he chose JBL. And that is that. So, nice and simple here. Both men are tied together by the wrist. If you don't know what a bull rope match is, they're tied together normally by the left wrist with a giant piece of rope that has always got a cowbell on it because it's a bull rope. Yeah, you've got to touch all 4 turnbuckles. It's that simple. There's little lights above the turnbuckles. You touch them, 1, 2, 3, 4, you win the match. It's that simple. The drama comes from not being able to touch them. So you touch 3, and then your opponent pulls them away. If done well, it can be an all-right match. So, Eddie starts with choking Bradshaw with the rope. Bradshaw returns the favour, then touches 2 ring posts. Eddie hits a back body drop and touches 2 posts. Bradshaw uses the rope, which has a cowbell on it, as I say, and chokes Eddie with it, and then while Eddie is in a tree of woe. They brawl around the ring. Both announce tables are cleared. Bradshaw wants to powerbomb Eddie through the Spanish table, but it's countered. Eddie jumps off the American table and connects with the cowbell, then puts Bradshaw shoulder first into the ring post, then connects with a gargantuan chair shot, busting Bradshaw open in the process. It's good blade job. It's not as good as the one that Eddie did last month. Eddie touches 3 posts but can't reach the 4th. JBL gets a DDT and as his face becomes the proverbial crimson mask. Eddie responds with Mark pressing the button too much. Eddie responds with the 3 amigos and a frog splash. He touches 3 corners but Bradshaw rolls out to the ring to prevent the 4th. That's clever. Eddie, launched from the apron, bounces off the Spanish table. excuse me, I say bounce off because I'm going to assume that it was meant to break, and it doesn't. He just goes bounce off the smash table. Very funny. And Bradshaw's like, don't want to break the table, eh? Well, we'll see about that. And picks up Eddie and powerbombs him through the table. Bradshaw gets in the ring, touches 3 corner, but Eddie somehow stops him, touching the 4th, so Bradshaw clocks him with the cowbell. Again, he gets the 3 corners. Can I just add in this point that, believe it or not, the crowd have been really into this match, like very into it. Very, very good. Choke with the rope again. They both get to 3 corners, but then Eddie leaps over JBL to win the match. But wait! Mark, you just said that JBL wins this match, didn't you? Well, I did. Unfortunately, Kurt Angle comes out and he shows a bit of footage from the corner, the last corner that Eddie touched. Because basically, JBL was in position, he was like reaching for it, and Eddie leapfrogged over him. But in doing so, he pushed JBL into the corner. And he did touch first. It's one of those things, it's a dusty finish, but if you're going with the letter of the law, it's right. Now, of course, the right thing to do here is to restart the match and away you continue. But no, evil, heel, general manager Kurt Angle says, no, JBL's the champion. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is that. If you're sat there like me at the time thinking, well, he's only going to get a short match and a short run, he'll get to SummerSlam. Whoever's facing JBL for the belt at SummerSlam will get the championship. That's just a fact. We know this going forward. Don't we? For fuck's sake. Here's an interesting one that I probably shouldn't admit to you guys, but I'm going to because you all love me and I love you. So I get this right, yeah? You guys know that I've got an undisputed championship belt. I would have got it out, but I've only just thought about this. Yeah, when JBL won the championship, I vowed that that belt would not come out of his bag. I put it, normally hung on the wall. It came out of his bag, out off the wall, it went into his bag, and I vowed it would stay in its bag until the day that he lost it, alright? He lost it at WrestleMania next year. The next night it was replaced, the next night on Tuesday, next Smackdown, it was replaced by the spinner belt, so it was never used again. So it was one of those, well, that was a stupid idea, wasn't it? And then, main event, The Undertaker defeating the Dudley Boyz in a fucking awful concrete crypt handicap match. Paul Bearer has told the Dudley Boyz to make an impact on SmackDown. I can't remember what Paul Heyman even was. Did I say just play Paul Bearer? I do apologise. Paul Heyman. After Paul Heyman told the Dudley Boyz to make an impact here on SmackDown, they did the best thing they could do by kidnapping Paul Bearer. Why not? Heyman demanded that Taker join with him and the Dudleys and will create the greatest faction of all the times, and Taker agreed. But Paul Heyman had doubts and said, right, here's the thing, whatever this one's called, Great American Bash, I wouldn't say Judgment Day for some reason, at the Great American Bash, you're going to be a match, and you're going to lay down, Dudley's are going to pin you, and then you'll prove that you're on our side. And just to make sure that you do, we're going to put Paul Bearer in a glass case with a cement mixer next to it, with a comedy large lever. Seriously, you just probably need a little tiny lever, or a button. This lever, this big, easily. Easily. Funny stuff. Yeah, if Taker doesn't lay down, Heyman will throw the lever and Paul Bearer will be encased in concrete and will die. There we are. Fucking take my money, WWE. That's an amazing stipulation. And Dudley Boyz in the main event. Ugh. And Dudley Boyz as tag team champions. Ugh. And of course, Undertaker absolutely obliterating the Dudley Boyz, who are the tag team champions, and making belts look just worthless. Ugh, The cement hook has a giant, we said that one. Heyman pulls the lever to show Taker that he's serious, and Bearer's feet are encased in concrete. Bubba demands that Taker lay down. So he does, of course. That wouldn't be much of a match, would it? So with 15 minutes of your pay-per-view left as well. So Deadman batters the tag champs. Heyman doesn't like that, so he pulls the comedy lever again. More beatings for the champs, though, until Taker tries to rescue Bearer. He gets done by Bubba so the Dudleys can take control, and then Bubba puts the lever back up, and he basically tells Heyman that he wants to beat Taker without any distractions, therefore is surely a fucking moron. You had the match won, you had the chance to win the match, you didn't take it because you want to do it the right way in a match where a man's life is on the line. I just don't understand that at all. Bearer is up to his neck now in concrete as the Dudley Boyz batter on Taker, and the crowd just don't give a flying fuck because they don't think Dudley was going to win. You know, they're not main eventers. The Undertaker is a fucking legend. You know, it's one of those things that, all right, it's the tag team champions that are getting battered, but it's Taker. He's a legend. You do that. That's the way it works. One big superstar will always be bigger and better than the tag champions. That's just how WWE works, isn't it? Naturally, Taker comes back and obliterates the Dudley boys. They get one move in, a double team neck break, which Taker sells the shit out of. Hits a choke slam on Bubba and a tombstone for Devon, and that's what gets the win. Jesus Christ, the match was awful. After the 3, Heyman is vexed, so he goes to pull the lever. But then, in one of those, because wrestling is the only thing you can say when people who don't like wrestling go, why did that just happen? Why, Mark? Tell me why. A lightning bolt just hit the ground when we're inside. Because wrestling, because he's the dead man and has supernatural powers that he doesn't use to win matches, you know? It's one of those things that you just can't explain. Check this out. You know, Undertaker can make a lightning bolt, come down from the roof, hit somewhere near Paul Bearer, but if he wants to finish the match off, he drops them on their head instead of going, I can make electricity. Yeah, I can make electricity come out of my hands. Zap. Fuck it. Anyway, yeah, Taker. Heyman, like I say, Heyman's vexed, bolt of lightning from the ceiling, bam, near Heyman. Paul Bearer comes along, Taker comes along, does the old Undertaker salute, and then gets on the mic and says to Paul, I have no choice, it has to be like this. And he pulls the giant comedy lever, burying Paul Bearer in concrete and killing him. And he won't be seen again for years, until Kane kidnaps him, isn't it? The next time we see Paul Bearer. Kane, Booker T, and now the Dudley boys are 3 pay-per-views on the trot that the Undertaker has just completely squashed people, hasn't he? So surely he's going to get the title shot, and surely JBL is going to lose the championship at SummerSlam, yes? Let me tell you something. You can probably guess already by the way that I've talked about this. One good match, just that one. Go out of your way to see that match if you've not. It's as good, if it's not better, than the match that they had at No Way Out, alright? But you know, you can say that the title match is alright. It's a 2.5, 3-star match at best, right? It tells a decent story. But as an actual match, it's actually not very good, you know? The rest of this is pure, unadulterated garbage. 4 duds on this one by my ratings. A 1/2 star in there as well. And of course, the opener I only gave 1.5 star. But I mean, Jesus Christ, you probably know. Now I've read it back, it's like, that sounds like a star kind of match, or less. Alright, folks, I hope I haven't got to fuck this one up next. I hope I don't fuck this up again. Next month, we're going to be looking at Vengeance from Raw. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed this. Please share this video if you haven't already. Send it out on Twitter, send it out on Facebook. We need as many people to see this as possible. Check out my page on Facebook. I'm being more involved with it now. At first I was going to let other people just go, yeah, you go and do what you want with it, but I actually am taking a lot of control in it. I want it to become something, because I'd rather have people who like me because of my wrestling vids on there than on my personal Facebook, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Follow me on Twitter, leave me a comment down below. I may not reply to them all, but I read every single one. Hit that like button. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I have been Mark P. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Take it easy and good night. See you guys.